Mary J. Blige has sold millions of records, but can she sell a bottle of wine that's actually decent? This is week 3 of the Best Celebrity Wine Under $30 Challenge. Let's hope this one's not a waste.
Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast dedicated to helping you discover great wines at great value for every occasion. I'm Aaron, and this is the best damn wine show out here, and as always, I'm joined by Colin and Joel, and we are so excited to drink yet another wine from another celebrity that is probably going to be better than the wine that I brought last week. Let's get into it, guys. I'm excited because this bottle, I gotta say, looks really cool.
You said excited. I don't know if excited is the word I would use. I'm cautiously
Optimistic.
Cautiously excited.
Stoked.
I'm not even gonna say I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously excited. And to your point, though, it does look the appearances are a little bit better here.
Very
cool.
It's got this
very
nice
nice
sun goddess. It's really sweet. Why is it this color?
We're going to learn that in our learning segment.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I was like to the listener, because we're already of terrible audio format right now. It's a Pinot Grigio, but it looks like a rosé.
Yeah,
that's right. It's a Ramato, which we will learn about.
Ramato.
Whoa.
Yep.
Cool.
God, I don't want so much. We've been doing this for 30 seconds.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good golly. We're just off to the races to start off. Well, Colin, exciting. This is your wine.
This is.
Would you like to, I mean, everyone should have knowing Colin, that Colin was obviously going to pick an R&B artist to represent because it is deeply connected to who he is as a person. Colin, 100%. Would you like to tell us what wine you picked and what you're bringing to us today?
Yeah, sure. So this is the Sun Goddess Pinot Grigio Ramato from Mary J. Blige. This is from Friuli, DOC in Italy. Again, this is a Pinot Grigio. The vintage is 2021, coming in at an easy 12.5% alcohol. And you can pick this one up for about $20.
I really like that number, 12.5. That's an enticing number.
It is,
because it's
really nice.
I think that's a very solid place to be, especially for a Pinot Grigio or a Ramato, which I still need to learn about, but I like that number.
we're in a good porch pounder territory too, I think.
Absolutely.
There's potential here.
Porch pounder. It's called Sun Goddess.
From Friuli. I mean,
yeah.
It's all lining up, to be honest.
Yeah, but we'll see. I feel like I'm being too positive. I gotta put my game face on. I don't want to, I don't want to give too much credit to start off.
Well,
I gotta be
greasing the wheels.
I have to be mean. This is a competition.
We're here for the wine, not the competition. Let's keep that in mind. It's all about finding good wine. It's not about among us can find the best wine.
Sure, absolutely, 100%. My first word is going to be something rude, just to say. All right, gentlemen, first sip. So something new that we're doing. We're going to get just before we even smell it, before we even do any kind of real crazy assessment, we're just going to take a sip and we are going to say the first word that comes to mind. I am going to put Joel on the spot because I saw him sip first and I saw the wheels are turning. Joel, what's your first word?
I think I'm going to go with oh.
Is that hyphenated?
There's a period. It's period. Period.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I kind of see where you're coming from. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to what we were saying before. I'm gonna say cautiously. Choosing
his words very,
stop there.
very carefully.
You're both sucking at the rules of this game. We got sounds and punctuation. We have hesitantly one word. I'm gonna say fresh.
Oh,
I like that.
Fresh. I'm gonna say fresh.
That's nice.
And I wanted to be mean, but I'm gonna say fresh.
That is very nice.
All right, so we have if I have to summarize, our words are fresh, and cautiously.
No, that was not accurate at all.
I'm sorry, Joel. Give that.
Not.
You want to go again?
It was to remind everybody. It was
So our words were fresh, and cautiously.
Yes.
That was better.
That's about
That's it.
Well,
Let's
fantastic.
close it out. I think we did it.
This is a very scientific show. Thanks for listening. Fantastic. All right, Colin, can you tell us a little bit more about why you chose this wine?
Yeah, sure. And you brought it up. I'm just a huge Mary J. Blige fan. I mean,
That's what everyone
just
says.
down to the core. If you know anything about me, I've been a huge Mary J. Blige fan for years.
Colin, what are
So
your
that
top
was-
3 Mary J. Blige songs? Just off the cuff.
You know, she just had so many that I'd hate to pick 3.
Just name
I'm-
your top 1.
I'm not gonna name any because they're just all so good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, I couldn't name one, period. Nonetheless, 3. So, but no, why I actually picked this wine. So when I was looking at my options, I noticed that celebrity wine seems to be broken up into 2 categories. You have North Coast California Reds or rosés from Provence. So I wanted to choose a wine that wasn't either of those because honestly, there aren't too many other styles of wine other than those 2. So this was a little bit different. It's from Italy. It's a Ramato, or skin contact wine. So it's the one that's totally different from all the other celebrity wines. So that's why I went with this one.
All right. So beyond your deep, deep love for Mary J. Blige, you just leaned into finding a celebrity wine that kind of bucked the trend of the overhyped regions.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we had, your guys were both North Coast California Reds.
Yep.
And then the other option was rosés from Provence. So this was, again, I couldn't find too many other celebrity wines that weren't either of those. So I went with this one because it was just completely different from what other celebrities were popping out.
Yeah. I like the choice, I'm going to say. And just looking at this one a little bit, I think you have a lot of potential here. And I think I like your reasoning, and I'm pretty excited about this one.
All right. Well, let's see, or at least start to see if this paid off. Let's get into it a little bit. Right off the bat, Colin, it's your wine, and we'll let you go first. What are you getting right on the nose there, buddy?
Sure. So I'm getting some typical Pinot Grigio stuff, maybe a little green apple, maybe a little bit of citrusiness in there as well. I'm getting some other stuff too, but I'd like to hear what you guys are picking up, if anything different.
Joel?
I think you said it. Listener at home, think of a Pinot Grigio. That's what we're smelling right here.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I'll call out that you didn't is maybe just a little bit of a floralness, like a nice, pink floralness, like a fresh floral.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a little bit of a fruitiness on top. I maybe like an unidentified fruitiness beyond the citrus that I can't quite put my finger on. Maybe you guys have something a little bit more specific. Colin, maybe you got in there that you can name for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say some light red fruits.
Yeah.
Very light though. Like if somebody spritzed a raspberry on top. It's definitely
a little perfumey, a little
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say a little strawberry. Yeah.
If somebody threw a raspberry at the glass and you just had what was left over, that's kind of what we're working with here.
Tinged off the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's super light. It's super light. You really got to stick your nose. And even as I was sticking my nose in there, I was like, ooh, I even have too wide. I almost wish my wine glass was a little bit more cupped in to kind of trap the aroma a little bit more, because I almost feel like my glass is almost too wide.
You need a snifter of wine.
Yeah, I almost wanna cup it in there a little bit more. It's escaping.
Yeah. No, you do really need to stick your nose in there. There's not a ton of intensity here. That's for sure.
Would you? Not terrible, but just not a lot. Not a bad thing. Just it's very gentle. Very gentle aroma.
I agree with what you guys are saying. I wonder if you guys are picking up on a little bit of the of my original thing. But let's taste it first before we.
Your word was just so multi-tiered.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So
seeing
deep.
that. Thank
So
you for
deep.
appreciating that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry I didn't see it earlier. I really underestimated you. I'm sorry. Let's take a sip.
Let's do it.
Joel, what do you get?
Okay. Here's I want to talk about the flavors, but I have to talk about the experience here. All the flavors we mentioned, totally. I might even throw a little bit. This might sound a little wild, but a little watermelon-y in there. It's I don't know why that's coming up.
I was gonna say melon. Say melon, so I'm right there with you.
Really enjoyable for the briefest second, and I mean like not even a second, maybe a tenth of a second. Yep. And then it's just like gone. There's a little, when we first tasted it, I would say there would be like this weird lingering of alcohol and then nothing. That lingering of alcohol is going away, thankfully. So it's just, right now I would just break it into really nice and then just zero finish and so thin.
I'd say one thing I really noticed right off the bat though is like the combination of acidity and I wouldn't call it like a sour, sour. I'm not saying sour like negative way, but like I had like this immediate like puckering.
Oh yeah,
of just like, whoo, hey, like there's a lot going on. There's
some acid in this wine for sure.
Yeah, that acidity with that kind of like puckering, mouthfeel, just like really like gotcha, like right off the bat.
Yeah. No, Joe, I completely agree. I think the first sip is really nice. Like if they could have somehow extended that, it would be fantastic, but it goes away almost immediately. Like it's really, really nice. And then you're left with the acidity. My mouth just keeps watering. Yep. It's watering for days. And then I'll say that the finish though, although it goes away, is more of that watermelon for me. It almost turns into like a sour watermelon candy on the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's where it ends up. But yeah, I think we kind of nailed the flavors. It's really just kind of your typical Pinot Grigio, green fruits with a little bit of red fruit on top. Again, really nice, but it's as unintense on the palate as it is on the nose. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good way
it's like you just kind of wish that it was just like a little bit more weight to it, like just a little. Like if it was just like a little bit more. Like, what is it? Is it missing weight? Is it missing flavor? Like what?
Yeah. It's missing flavor.
Yeah.
It's not weight because this kind of Pinot Grigio is not usually going to be weighty, but just like the flavor disappears so fast, you're just kind of left with acid at the end and then maybe a little bit of that watermelon if it sticks around, but even that doesn't stick around for too long. So that really, the intensity of flavor was really lacking in this wine and it shows up on the sip.
The only thing I'll say is I am sitting here and like I haven't had a sip for a little while and you are spot on that the acidity hangs. Like it feels like, just had a warhead sort of a thing,
Totally.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Sour watermelon candy. Yeah. It's like the combination of words that's just hanging out.
I'm not totally opposed to that.
And I agree. I'm trying to think about like how it's making me feel because it's not like a bad lingering thing. It's a strange lingering thing. But super noticeable.
100%.
That's almost the one thing this wine you carry away with is like, oh, flavors acid. So totally.
Okay, so let's take a second to step away from that while we will process it in our brains, and also while I accidentally continue to drink it because it is so acidic, it is making my mouth water, and my brain is making me pour more of it because I am trying to hydrate, which is causing me to drink more wine. That's not good. But in the meantime, let's learn some stuff. Is clearly different. When I pulled this out of the fridge and I showed my wife and I was like, hey, we're drinking this Mary J. Blige Pinot Grigio. And she was like, that is not a Pinot Grigio, sir. And I was like, no, I promise you it is. But this is different what the people expect. What is going on here?
Yeah, so this is actually pretty cool. Most Pinot Grigio wines, like your wife astutely noticed, are clear or yellow, pale yellow, like most white wine is. That's because when the grapes come into the winery, they're pressed off the skin very quickly. The cool thing about Pinot Grigio is the skin color of a Pinot Grigio grape is not actually green like you would think white wine grapes. They're actually kind of a pinkish gray. So when the juice spends a little bit of time with those skins, that's kind of the color pigmentation that it's pulling from it.
I think that's really good to understand and know because we should note this is an absolute choice. This is a style choice. Right. And what this, winemaker has decided to do is really lean into that and let that color shine through. We mentioned at the top of the show that this is called a Ramato, which literally translates in Italian to copper.
Okay.
Yes. So, so again, that's what we're seeing here. It's not that, clear Pinot Grigio, very kind of pale that you usually tend to see. It really takes on that copper, or maybe some might call it like a salmon, like a light salmon kind of color. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so like the grape always has the potential of having this color. Just most producers like remove it fast enough so it doesn't have that. So Ramato just lets the skin stay in long enough to add the color and just add the extra texture.
That's right. Yeah. That's true for all wine too. I mean, you could make red wine that's white if you just don't have skin contact. So that's true across the wine spectrum. Back to this wine. This Ramato style is closely tied to Friuli in northeastern Italy. So why does that region, Joel, work so well for Pinot Grigio?
Yeah, this Friuli is a really cool little area. And so if you're not familiar with where it is, think of the boot, right, of Italy, everybody. Friuli is to the east of the boot, okay? So think of where it gets really thin up there. You almost forget, if you're thinking of Italy, that there is eastern Italy to the east of the boot. But it is, it's fairly thin, but it is sandwiched between the Alps to the north and the Adriatic Sea to the south. Really cool combination of that cooling effect from the Alps and then that warming effect from the Adriatic Sea, making this very interesting climate that obviously impacts the grapes that are growing there.
Yeah, and I mean, and the soil plays a role too. So, you have a lot of vineyards that sit in mineral-rich layers, like marl and sandstone and gravel, and then the soils tend to produce wine that feels crisp and like focused rather than heavy.
Yeah, so the region already gives you the ripe fruit with the bright acidity, and from there, for this wine, the winemaker can decide the color and texture that they want to bring out of that wine.
And then 100%. And then with Ramato too, we have to talk about the fact that it all comes down to the skin contact. So instead of removing those skins immediately, the juice obviously is going to stay on there for several hours, and this short maceration is what ultimately gives the Ramato that characteristic copper color and that kind of extra structure that we're all picking out on.
And after that, wine is usually fermented in stainless steel tanks. So the stainless steel keeps the flavors clean, and then it preserves the natural fruit of the grapes.
So the goal is balance. You keep the freshness that people expect with the Pinot Grigio, but that small amount of skin contact adds just a little bit more texture and a little bit more character than your average Friuli Pinot Grigio.
All right, so starting to wrap this up, and honestly, I've learned a lot right now. But if someone is opening a bottle like this without knowing anything about Ramato, what is the first thing they should notice?
Yeah, I mean, the color stands out right away, right? Like, we were all kind of surprised by the off pink color. It's very cool. Copper,
Yeah.
I think, is a great way to describe what this wine looks like. And aromatically, often think some orchard fruit like peach or melon, which, we got watermelon, which is kind of cool. Peach is interesting. I'm going to go back to that when we sip this again, because I think that's super interesting. Sometimes a touch of red berry, and then a subtle mineral note as well.
Yeah. And then, as far as the taste is concerned too, I mean, what's really cool about this is you still have that influence. Obviously, it's a Pinot Grigio, so you still have that. It's still crisp. It's still refreshing. But that, extra time, that extra skin contact really does kind of tend to add a layer, a little bit of texture to what you're drinking. Again, something I want to go back and talk about with this wine. But in general, that's what you can expect with the Ramato.
All right, so the big takeaway is simple. Pinot Grigio doesn't always have to be the light, neutral style that people expect. In Friuli, the Ramato approach shows what a grape can do if you give the skin a little more time to speak.
And I think it's really cool because, like we talked about initially, there's so much potential in this wine.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe this is getting a little too reviewy, but I feel like the style could absolutely blow us away. Whether or not this wine blows us away, to be determined. But I feel like after trying it so far, I'm very interested to try more Pinot Grigio in the Ramato style.
I agree. Some of the things I think we all kind of called out as we were learning a little bit about Ramato and, the influence and all that good stuff. Some things that we talked about here, I want more of in this example. Obviously, what brought us here is Mary J. Blige, not necessarily somebody saying this is the best Ramato. So I love that call out. Like this is an example of one, but I think you're right. We got to spend some time here exploring this style.
So that was a fantastic rundown. I am excited I'm excited that we just learned something about Ramato. I'm excited that we're experiencing a Ramato. And I'm excited for us to put in our final thoughts on this. Colin, this is your wine that you put in front of us. So you get to go last. We're gonna put in our final thoughts on it, and we are gonna name our final reviews. Just a reminder, listeners, on the show here at the Stop Wasting Wine podcast, we do not believe in numbers. We believe in vibes. On this show, we have a must-share wine, and those are the wines that are exceptional bottles of wine. Those are the wines we believe have a little bit extra that deserve to be shared. Solid pours are wines. They're really good wines, and they have a really good value. Casual sippers are enjoyable, but not necessarily memorable. Wines that are overvalued but low quality or undrinkable, those are the wastes of your wines. And of course, if we find a bottle of wine that we absolutely love, each of us have 3 spots in our wine fridge that represent the 3 bottles of wine that are our favorite wines of the year.
I gotta start filling my fridge. Need to find some wine fridge wines here, guys.
Nothing in my fridge so far this year.
We've picked some really brutal categories to start.
We really have.
Hopefully.
Our next category should be best wine fridge wines. That would really help us out.
So here we are. We have this wine in front of us. Joel, why don't you start us out? How are you feeling? Last notes, and then how are you feeling about this wine?
Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you.
I wouldn't expect anything else, Joel.
Today I'm going to. Sometimes I fluff it here and there. Today I'm not going to do that. This is straight up Joel. Man, I was toying so hard with putting this in the solid pour category, but I think it's falling just shy, and I'm going to call this a really strong casual sipper. The reason that I almost put it up there is I've been drinking a good amount of this and enjoying the whole process. Feel great, 12.5. Again, I love that number. Perfect realm for this kind of a wine to be in. That's awesome. But man, it just falls short from a flavor perspective. And they're right there. It's just way too thin, way too quick. I like what it's doing. It's just not doing it enough. I see people really enjoying this, but for me, it's just, it's so close. But casual sipper and a really nice entry in the category. Colin, well done.
Yeah, for me, I think similarly, I'd put this as a casual sipper. I think it is. I think the price range almost like at $19.99 for a Pinot Grigio, like I don't know, it almost makes me nervous for some folks. I think the brand, and I think the very cool bottle and the vibe, I think for a lot of folks would be enticing. I think it's exciting. I think it's a very cool bottle to bring to a party, to a beach. I think there's a lot of really cool aspects of it and a great story that make it a very cool thing to bring. And I think with that, I think it is I don't know if we're in porch pounder zone. Like it's
I might challenge you on that.
I mean,
I agree.
I wouldn't argue against you. Like I'm just like, it's going down. Like it's my bottles.
Yeah, no,
like,
I'm literally pounding this. I'm not on my porch, but I'm literally pounding it.
Like, I'm not going to argue against you. I'm going to put up a very weak defense against that one. I'm just saying. I think it's a casual wine. I can see people really enjoying it as a casual sipper. I wouldn't like huck it at people and sing its praises from the rooftop, but I would say I can see people enjoying it. I think if you're a Pinot Grigio drinker, and I think if you're a rosé drinker, like I think this would kind of like straddle that area for you, and like this could be something that you'd be into. So I think like $19.99, cool bottle, totally unoffensive, very accessible flavor. Like sure. Like, why not? I think it's a very accessible wine. Colin, it's your baby.
Yeah, so I want to go back and just one other note. I mentioned the peach in the learning segment. I'm getting a little bit of that, and I don't know if it's more of like an Inception thing now that they said it, but like, and I get it more on the nose more than the palate. Like, it smells more peachy than it tastes. Yeah. It's almost the same spritz of raspberry is the peach. People are just wafting fruit by the top of this glass, and that's really all you're getting.
I'm putting this thing in the ice bucket next to the pool. Like
totally. Amen. And I completely agree with you guys. This is a casual sipper, and it has all the right things to make it a solid pour, but everything is just so short. The flavors are awesome. I'm really enjoying drinking it. but it all just goes away so fast. Joel, like I completely agree with, I'm right there with you on everything you said. Like I'm totally in that camp. If this had a little bit more of that flavor intensity and those flavors lasted a little bit longer, I could see this in a solid pour, no problem. But it just doesn't have that. I think honestly, Aaron, I'm glad you brought up certified porch finder, because I think we need to like legitimately have that conversation. And Joel, you know, I'll let you run that because I know you're the expert in that field. But
thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take that little niche of this show.
Yeah. But yeah, just a casual sipper. Like it's really easy drinking at 12.5%. It makes you want to drink more of it. It's really tasty. It's just not as complex with the flavors. The intensity is not there to bring it into any other category.
Yeah. And for the record, while we're talking about the CPP designation, I am 100% for this designation on this wine because I think that that's what this is built for.
Sure.
Like 100%. Without a doubt. And that's the one area where if somebody came to me and they're like, hey, I'm looking for something, you know, having a big whatever pool party, looking for a really nice white wine to drink, like I would maybe recommend this because it's so in that alley. I'm thinking hot. I'm thinking, water is somewhere. This is perfect.
Yeah. Like handing this bottle to the host of a pool party or a barbecue, like this is cool. This is unique. It's good, and it's just like it's like I think
crushable.
It's crushable and
absolutely crushable.
And it's a cool story.
Yeah,
indeed.
Well done. All right, casual sipper.
I like it too. I like it.
Casual sipper all the way around. Anyone want to argue this is this is not a waste of our wine? I think.
No.
I mean, I would love for this to be on sale. I would love to see this a couple bucks less, to be honest with you. But I think
I'm actually okay with where it is. If it was $10 more, I would call fault. But I think
even
for a celebrity wine,
I wouldn't want to see
$19.99.
Yeah,
I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think over 20 would not be good, but right at 20, I think is where they should be. And cheaper, of course, would be great. But again, it has all the building blocks to be a really nice wine, which is why I think $20 makes sense. It's just missing that complexity. It's like I almost feel bad because it is so enjoyable. I hate that it's not all the way there. You know, like I wish for my own drinking experience, it had all of that so I can enjoy it more because of what I'm getting. I'm really enjoying.
All right, Colin, solid casual sipper. But now here's the hard part, gentlemen. We've done it 3 weeks, our second challenge of the year, celebrity wines. We made it really easy for ourselves by picking a challenge that notoriously is full of high quality, accessible wines. And we walked away with 3 really clear winners. So here we are, guys. Joel started off with the Dreaming Tree red blend. I then came out with the LVE Signature Cab Sauv by John Legend. Yours was the Dave Matthews, and now we have the Mary J. Blige Pinot Grigio. How are we feeling, gentlemen? All of us being totally unbiased. I'm going to go ahead and do us all a favor and remove my guy from the running, just to, you know,
That's fair. That's fair.
Save us a minute or two.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't.
It was
seem
a
fair.
great
They're
attempt.
so strong. It's such a strong candidate that it just seems unfair. It's just.
Oh, okay. That's the angle you're taking.
It seems like bullying, really.
I thought you recognized that it's probably going to be third place. So you're just saving us.
No, it wasn't good. It was going to be third place. I'm totally out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So solid third place for the LV. Thank you, John Legend, for everything you've done for music and philanthropy, and not for wine.
Yes.
Joel and Colin, here we are. We have a red blend with Dave Matthews and Pinot Grigio from Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
How we feel?
They were both casual sippers.
Yeah.
So within that
and
category,
both top end of the casual sipper category.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right. They're both doing a lot of really good things. Which one I like better? I honestly don't know. It's really close, but I think I'm actually going to give it to the Dreaming Tree because that wine was just a little bit more put together. And for $15, the value was actually pretty good on that. Even though it ended up in the casual sipper, it felt like it knew what it was doing a little bit more. The flavor was there a little bit more. The structure was really well balanced. So for $15, I think the Dreaming Tree was the best out of the three. Not too much better than this one, honestly, because again, I'm drinking the hell out of this. But
Yeah.
I think when it comes to enjoyability and really what the wine was doing and what the wine was all about, I think the Dreaming Tree takes the cake.
I am. Here's the way that I'm thinking about this. It's kind of like you ever go back and listen to a demo tape of a song that you really like, and like you can see that there's elements of the song that like the finished product that you love, but you're like very clearly you're like, yes, this is the demo. They were working on something, but it's not quite there. And I feel like that's what this is.
Sure.
The Sun Goddess is that one. Whereas the Dreaming Tree was the final product. Like that was it. That was studio quality. Now, if we got to taste the studio quality version of the Sun Goddess, I think that might be the winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, based on what they're presenting, I'm gonna agree with you. I think it's again super close. There are certain scenarios where I would absolutely prefer the Sun Goddess to the Dreaming Tree and vice versa. But overall, got to give it to the Dreaming Tree.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think my two main factors are one, just $5 less.
Yeah.
Which, cheaper isn't always better, but when you're talking about two wines that seem to be right about the same quality level, and you're competing, bonus points for coming in a little bit lower in cost. And then I think there was a complexity. We had a lot of great conversation about the complexity of the Dreaming Tree and the different levels that we were really digging into that we're just not having right now with this wine, where we're just like, there's something there and it's gone. And it's like the opposite conversation. So I agree with you completely.
Sure.
Like there's some really great aspects of this. My bottle is almost gone. And for better or worse, my bottle is almost gone. And so like this is absolutely a bottle I'll grab again in the future, especially, going to, the beach or a pool party or something like that. And I think the Dreaming Tree takes it with you guys. So I think that's a 3-way unanimous decision. Fantastic,
Good job,
gentlemen. Joel,
well done.
Congratulations, stealing the crown from Colin. Well done. Challenge number 2 to Joel, the celebrity wine challenge. You've done it.
Joel knows the celebs.
And really just a big thank you to Mr. Dave Matthews. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Well done. With the least expensive bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Impressive.
I'll take that.
Well done.
Really well done.
All right. Excellent job, gentlemen. 3 wines, all under $30, 3 different celebrities.
Can I add one thing to that too? 3 celebrity wines that I think you could go and try, and none of them are a waste. Even though it was 3rd place pretty clearly for the LVE, still wasn't a waste. So like these are 3. I know there was some debate on that one, but
feelings.
3.
Yeah.
But 3 celebrity wines that you can pretty safely go ahead and try and see too. So I think we did a good job on that.
Before we get out of here, I am very excited about today's game. Today's game has been brewing in my mind for a few weeks now, ever since Colin told us that he picked his favorite musician for tonight's wine. There is no name to this game. Today's game is inspired by Colin's wine. Gentlemen, here's the game. Here's the challenge. It's not even a game. It's a challenge for tonight.
Yes.
Guys, you've drank tonight's wine. You feel like you have a real strong understanding of tonight's wine. You've analyzed it. You feel like
absolutely
you have a good understanding. Okay.
Without a doubt.
In a moment, gentlemen, I am going to send you the lyrics to one of Mary J. Blige's songs.
Okay.
You do not know which song I'm going to send you. I'm going to send one myself too. And I'm going to give you 5 minutes to look through the lyrics of that song.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to describe tonight's wine using only lyrics from the song that I sent you.
I love that. Should we give the listener something to talk about while we give them 5 minutes of silence?
Well, I'm sure Colin will cut out.
Oh, we're going to edit it out.
We can move forward in time. We have that power.
Good. That's much more enjoyable for the listener.
All right, guys. I have sent you both Mary J. Blige songs that I know are near and dear to your hearts. And I've asked you to describe the wine based on those lyrics. Joel, please let us know how the lyrics to Real Love describe the wine.
I think you actually made this really easy for me because I'm pretty sure she actually designed her wine around the lyrics from this song.
Well done.
I'm pretty sure.
Well
done. So I'm going to read the lyrics, but just replace the word love with flavor, and you'll get the sense of where we are. Okay? My song was Real Love, and here's the part that I want to highlight. It goes, see, I'm searching for a real love, and I don't know where to go. Been around the world and high and low, and I still never know how it feels to have a real love, because it seems it's not around. Got to end it this way by calling it a casual sipper instead of a solid pour, because it seems he can't be found.
Oh,
really just encapsulates
so
the experience, doesn't it?
Well done.
So funny. Love that. Yeah. It is, if you think about, if you do replace flavor, it's almost, it's perfect, to be honest. I mean, that 100%. Is the wine.
Yeah. Highs and lows, the highs of the flavor when you first drink it, the lows of where the hell did it go? Yeah, this is the song of this wine.
Wow. That was almost too good, Joe. Well done. Yep. Well done. All right, Colin. That was tough. Tough to overcome. But Colin, I'm going to ask you, because I sent you Mary J. Blige's masterpiece.
Yeah.
The song,
my favorite song,
Family Affair.
Sure.
That is a good one.
Colin, please describe this wine using the lyrics of Family Affair.
And I think this kind of goes to the fun of this wine and how enjoyable it is. So here we go. Let's get it crunk up on. Have fun up in this dancery. We got y'all open.
Dancery? Dancery? Like a haberdashery? Like that's such a fun word. Okay, go on. I'm so sorry.
Dancery. We got you all open. Now you're floating. So you gots to dance for me. Which, I feel like after you pound this on your porch, you're kind of crunk up on it. You're going to want to be dancing. I feel like it kind of works.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Fantastic. All right, guys. My song from Mary J. Blige, I think, really speaks to, Colin losing his crown today to Joel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The near miss Deep. Of what could have been. This wine was almost there. This is My Love by Mary J. Blige. And the lyrics are, I was a fool to let you in, knowing you would play with my heart. But that was so long ago that I thought we could make a new start. You left me brokenhearted from the day your love departed.
Wow.
Now that love you found with someone new is gone.
Wow. That's deep. I just let it be known I don't care that much. Like, I'm glad Joel won.
Pain in Colin's eyes. For listener at home, I know you can't see the video. The pain in Colin's eyes is deep. There's
no pain.
Echoes.
No pain. It is. It's good for Joel. He did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The caption says his voice quivers.
It's not quivering. It's the least quivery voice I've ever had.
Fantastic. Wow. I think that was a success. I think that was a huge success. Well done. Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It was fun. Good episode.
Good.
All right. On to the next one. We have some great interviews coming up soon. We have some new challenges on the horizon. We have a lot of new wine to drink. It is early in the year.
Colin, tell everybody what our April challenge is going to be.
Go for it, Colin.
What if we did best bang for your buck sparkling wine? It can come from anywhere. The value has to hit way above the price point.
Oh, I love this.
Best bang for your buck bubbles.
Best bang for your buck
bubbles.
I like that.
Alliteration.
I like that even better.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Lock it in, boys.
Okay. All righty. All right. Very cool.
That's great.
We got a couple interviews coming, and the best bang for your buck bubbles challenge just in time for spring break. Getting out there on the beach and popping those
with your bubbles.
Hopefully, we can give you some good recommendations. Fantastic. In the meantime, Joel, if folks want to interact with the show, how can they do so?
Stop Wasting Your Wine on YouTube, on Instagram. Search for us on Spotify. Give us a like. Tell a friend. Go to stopwastingyourwine.com as well. Lots of great stuff out there.
Fantastic. All right, folks. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next week.
And remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.